Yeah, it's the prophet. Like I say all the time, if you're not down with the bullshit and you're down with the real shit, subscribe and like this video. Yo, man, check this out. It's like, if you really look at this fucking country, man, and what the fuck is going on, it's so much fucking divide in this motherfucker because of the simple fact, everybody has their own politics. And, you know, when you really serious about your politics, it could be like to the point where compromise just doesn't come into the picture because people subscribe to their politics just like a person who's serious about their religion. And, you see so much. I mean, like it's always been there throughout the history of man. History has always been there. But you look ever since, Donald Trump's presidency, shit just gone crazy, man. You know, I mean, it's like you getting bombarded over the head every day, with some form of politics. Ever since he came into, you know, being our president and no longer being like the, public figure, the celebrity that we acknowledged and knew him as. I mean, damn, it's like shit is just crazy. I mean, you look how hard, now I haven't heard anything from, really, serious from Black Lives Matter in a minute, that movement, where it was like said that, you had a lot of blacks, man, that was opposed to Black Lives Matter because they said, that shit is being ran by fucking lesbians. They said, this is some bullshit, and dumbass black folks is buying into that shit where, they're saying that ain't real because, um, um, the one thing that women more so, adhere to first before anything is being feminist. They adhere to that before anything else, even before color. So they was like with the whole thing being where there's lesbians that are actually running the Black Lives Matter movement. That also with gays whole thing is to basically speak up and talk on behalf of gays. They will use the whole civil rights um era, uh you know and what has happened to blacks in America and stuff, and try to have this whole you know uh, 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 this they try to create this whole sense and feeling of empathy between the black community and the gay community, so that the gay community could, make their advances or get whatever votes passed or whatever. And then people say, yeah, but as soon as a black child is murdered or a black man is murdered and stuff by the police, do you see the gay community out there rallying, fighting, the cause, with all the, black leaders and stuff like that? Do you see them in the news, calling for, that to stop or whatever? No, because they don't give a fuck about themselves and shit. We got this thing going on, man, with Donald Trump, and the Democrats, you know, now Donald Trump a businessman, so there's gonna be some bargaining and some business, on his part. When he was coming in here, you should have knew that, because that's what he does. That's what he is. But I'm just saying, yo, man, the shit that you look at the shit that's creating. It's like, you got people sitting up here, you got black men that sit up here talking about, I'm glad this shit going on, so that these damn these black women who in the hood collecting these food stamps and welfare, we'll see what they're gonna do now, since they don't need a black man and all that stuff, and where they be claiming that they're independent women. Yeah, you're independent long as the government take care of your ass and your fucking kids. That's what they call independence. But let's see how independent you be when they take that shit away from you. Then you'll see how worthy that black men are and stuff like that. But I look at that shit and say, that should the mindset you should have behind that should be like the old adage, I don't want to be with somebody who don't want to be with me. You see what I'm saying? You should not be sitting up. I mean, somebody could honestly look at that like, that sounds like nothing more but some form of beta male trick Captain Save a Hole mentality. You like, it's like if somebody has disrespected me and treated me wrong or shitted on me, especially like for a long period of time, and that's the way I'm feeling, I don't want no damn resolve to the shit to where the end game is for them to like me, or for them to respect me, or for them to want to acknowledge me or be around. No, we can be cordial. We don't have to come to blows. If we can, if when you at odds with somebody like that, I understand that it should be, some form of peace. But if I know at heart you really have no respect for me, I don't want to fucking be connected to you, no kind of way. So for guys to be saying that shit, they're not looking at the flip side of like they not really listening to what they're saying, and at the same time saying that, I mean, it's quite a bit of people saying, I'm glad, but what about the children? You have to think about the children have nothing to do with this, though. What about those kids? It's like when you say that, you're saying fuck the kids too. You're not just saying fuck the welfare mom. I mean, I understand the point of people who look at people who abuse the system, but there's some people that need it, and it's like they look at it like, well, and they know that, but they look at it like, yo, I shit. They figure like, well, fuck it, let them all fucking starve at the expense of not taking my money away from me. Now, first of all, I've heard people always talk like that, and I always wonder, like, yo, when you send your taxes to the government, right? Um, have they ever sent you any kind of document in the mail and asked you, hey, what do you want us to spend your money on? What has it been hella times where you've seen roads, streets that need to be repaired and they've been fucked up for look like years and shit? I mean, like areas that just been desolate, and and some people have went to the city, talked to city council, and say, hey, we need to do something about those dilapidated buildings over there. Hey, we need to do something about that street over there. Hey, we need to. Did any time have you just seen immediate action from city government, state government, federal government when anything needed to be repaired or fixed, or there was some fucking dangerous type streets or highways where the lanes need to be widened or what? And because people went in there, they talked to the city council, and they immediately took tax dollars and said, we're going to get on it. We're going to get on it. Don't worry about it. We're going to get on it. So I'm saying, like, yo, you send your money in and shit to the IRS, you know, you have situations dealing with state government, city government, along with federal government, and they make decisions to about what they're going to do as far as different forms of transportation, what they're going to do as far as what structures that are going to be, remodeled, rebuilt, torn down, whatever, the streets that's going to get repaired, the city, loaning money to different, you know, entities, whoever they may be. Uh, don't the government do a lot of things with tax money that you don't have any damn say so in? But everybody knows one thing to be, stuck on. They're taking money out of my damn pocket, and I'm going to work and stuff, and these lazy sons of a bitches and shit, gone here. I've heard people say, you turn around, you know what? You hear people in stores, what they be saying. I mean, people as like baggers, people that cashiers at grocery stores. I've heard them say, different occasions throughout years, I've heard them say, shit, wish I had me some food stamps. Shit, I wish I, shit, you know, after I fucking finish paying all my fucking bills, hell, shit, I barely can keep enough food and shit for the whole damn month, you know? And then you just see people coming here like, damn, you know, just buying hundreds of dollars worth of groceries. Hell, I can't do that. What I'm saying is, yo, man, you're gonna let your what looks like what could be perceived as haterism, uh, uh, evoke you to cast disparaging remarks on people in general who might receive some form of assistance and aid, and blame them when the money, however it's spent, the people that's low income that need fixed that live on fixed incomes that need that money or receive that money, how they get it and how much of it, they make none of those decisions at all. Period. You know, when they put the whole uh thing into action, the whole welfare thing, you know, the people the women, the, the children, they didn't tell the government, hey, you know how y'all should get the money to give to us that don't have jobs or that have kids and stuff and don't have a man in the house that helps it. You should take the taxpayers' money and give us a percentage of it. They had nothing to do with that. So I mean, you know, I'm saying uh you gotta go to the source on a lot of things. We got a whole lot of divide in this country because I think like, look, man, people are being pitted against one another. You know, I think different political issues get put out there to pit people against each other, and you know, people just not thinking. You know, a lot of people. I'm telling you like this: you need to go back and watch the Matrix, the Matrix movies. Watch those movies and really zone into what they are actually telling you, because you know, people are being used, man, for like they said, resources, you know, i.e., food, you know, and so they're trying to manipulate people to do certain things, you know, to feed systems. See, truthfully, the hood exists so that that keeps filling the prison industrial, you know, industry. People say, "Oh, we got all this crime and this is that going on or whatever and shit like that." Man, I bet you like this. But if they wanted to go to war, shit, and in the next 72 hours, I bet you this. I bet you the government can come up with like $3 billion or $13 billion in 72 hours and shit and go attack whatever fucking country they want to fucking go attack. And then have some propaganda already lined up to know what to tell the people so that the people will be okay with, you know, you purchasing all these damn planes that cost $15 million a piece and shit like that to fly them over here and kill up hella damn motherfuckers, you know, so that they can take over their motherfucking land and take the resources on their land and the same thing. So in a nutshell, you know, look at it. This whole thing, this whole divide shit, but look, people are battling for resources, feeding off of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's the pyramid scheme. See, think about that pyramid for a minute. You know, that's what it's all about, man. That's the system of survival. You know what I'm saying? You try not to be on the low end to have everybody's, because when you on the bottom, think about the pyramid as it goes up. That means everybody's standing on your fucking head and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So now, do y'all really wonder why nobody really truthfully wants to be black?